Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're gonna be talking all about cardio. The go-to of almost all weight loss programs, yet I still get so many questions about cardio in general. Questions like, how much cardio? What kind of cardio? Is one kind better than the other? And should I do it before or after my weights? And let me just say, I totally understand, I totally feel ya. That was me for so long, and I used to just kind of go on my little 1 mile run and whoop, call it a day. That was my cardio, that's all I really knew. To be cardio was just straight running, and that's how I trained for years. In today's video, I'm going to give you the full rundown on cardio, what it is, how much you should do, and some different styles that you can incorporate into your training. But before we dive in, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss a video from me. I have one important message before we dive in. I just want to remind you that cardio is not the end all, or should not be the end all be all of your workout program. It should be a combination of cardio mixed in with resistance training in order to see the most effective and sustainable results. Number one, what is cardio? Cardiovascular exercise, or cardio, is exercise to promote improved capacity of the cardiovascular system, which is a system in your body composed of the heart, blood, and blood vessels. Number two, how much cardio should I be doing? Cardio should be performed at least 2 times per week depending on your goals and how quickly you plan on achieving those. But cardio should be done no more than 5 times per week at varying intensities. Cardio is a great tool for weight loss, but it should not be the end all be all of your program. Another thing to remember, if you do 60 minutes of cardio every single day, your body is eventually going to get used to that level of intensity of the cardio activity. So eventually your body's going to get so used to that, it's not going to be the same challenge that it once was, right? So we have to keep increasing the intensities, changing the different methods or styles that we're using to have the best overall results. Number 3, what are the different styles of cardio? So the first one, there's 2 different ones that I'm going to talk about today. The first one is HIIT, high intensity interval training, and the second one is LISS, low intensity steady state. So let's dive into each of those. High intensity exercise is going to be anything that gets your heart rate to about 80 to 90% of its max heart rate, where low intensity steady state is something more along the lines of where you're just kind of maintaining the same low intensity throughout the entire session. So basically just any sort of steady state cardio, steady pace cardio. For this, your heart rate should be anywhere from about 50 to 70% of your heart rate max. So let's dive even one step deeper. High intensity interval training has become sort of a buzzword. A lot of people use it, they slap it on the front of their circuit and call it a HIIT circuit, when in reality, not all of them are high intensity exercises. For it to be a high intensity exercise, it needs to elevate your heart rate to the intensity 80 to 90%, that high intensity. So with that being said, high intensity is going to look different for almost everybody. We all have different things that make our heart beat really fast, and then other things that are not as difficult for us. For me, for example, burpees really get my heart rate going. I don't know what it is, but my heart is bumping when I do some burpees. So for you, it may not be the same thing, but for me, burpees can be considered a high intensity exercise. And it's important to remember that that is completely normal, that it's okay, it's almost expected. We're all very different, so our levels of intensity and difficulty are going to vary. Low intensity steady state, or LISS, I'm gonna say LISS moving forward because low intensity steady state is a mouthful, but LISS is anything where you maintain the same low intensity steady pace for a set amount of time. I personally like to use LISS in addition to my HIIT and my weightlifting sessions just because I can get super bored with LISS. I'm not the type of person to just be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna go run for 20 minutes. It's not who I am anymore. I used to be able to do that, not anymore. The only way I can do that is if there's like a really good show on Netflix and I can just prop it up on the treadmill in front of me. Some examples of LISS could be things like walking, or maintaining the same speed, or even the same resistance on an elliptical, riding your bike for just kind of a casual bike ride. Really anything that's low intensity and just a steady pace the whole time. Number 4, what comes first, the cardio or the lifting? Do you want to increase your speed or your endurance for your run? If yes, then do cardio first. Are you trying to lift heavier or build muscle? Then do your lift first. It really comes down to what is your number 1 priority, what is your number 1 goal that you're trying to achieve, and then do that first. You may be sitting here saying, well, Link, my number 1 goal is to just lose weight. Like, how am I gonna lose weight? Great. You can do a combination of both. So in your situation, if you're not training for a specific run, or you're not a power lifter or anything like that, and you're just looking to lose some weight, it's really up to you what you want to do first or second. Personally, I'm a huge believer in building lean muscle mass, so all of my clients, I recommend to them that they do their lift first and their cardio second. Cardio is like a tool that we use in the weight loss process, but it's not our number 1 goal. Our number 1 goal is not to just be the fastest runner in the world. Our number 1 goal is to put on lean muscle mass. So for them, I always say put the lifting first and then the cardio second. But with all of that being said, I also encourage all of my clients to do a warm-up, perform some sort of a warm-up. For them, it may be walking for 10 minutes or doing the elliptical for 15 just to get their blood flowing, and that's just really how they like to warm up for their exercise. And that's completely fine. But I would use one as their warm-up, do their lift, and then finish it off with some cardio. I hope that answered all of your questions. If you love this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to share it out with your friends and family for anybody who has tons of questions about cardio and just doesn't know where to start. I'm more than happy to help you. Also, make sure you check me out on the gram. That's where I'm hanging out all the time, _Link Fitness. I post tons of workout videos that'll help you get through your quarantine and make sure you are feeling good. All right, I will talk to you later.